All right, just moments ago in Marion, Indiana, Senator Ted Cruz was confronted by a group of Trump supporters. He was traveling there with Governor Mike Pence. This is what happened. Take a listen.
I'm going to treat you with respect and civility, even if not everyone in this process does. I'll tell you, this election matters. It matters a lot, and you need someone to stand up.
Yeah, it does matter. It matters a lot.
So I appreciate your coming out. I appreciate your coming out and standing up. And I think this entire process, I think anyone that wants to be president owes it to the people of this state to come in front of you and ask for your support. And I'm running to be everyone's president, those who vote for me, and even those who don't
want you.
Well, you're entitled to your views, sir, and I will respect it. In fact, I will
do the
protect.
math.
I will protect
you asked
your
Kasich
rights.
to drop out. It's your turn.
Well,
take your own words.
Now I'm curious, sir.
Time to drop out.
When
sir.
Donald doesn't get to 1237, are you going to call him to drop out?
Donald's definitely going to get to 1237. No, he's going to get more than 1237.
Let me ask you something, sir. What do you like about Donald?
Everything.
Give me one.
Everything.
Give me one. Can you pick anything?
Donald Trump,
the wall.
Okay, the wall.
That's the main thing.
All
Immigration.
Right.
Building the wall.
All right, hold on a second. Now, do you know on the wall that Donald told the New York Times editorial board he's not going to build a wall and he's not going to deport anyone?
You're lying. Once again, lying Ted.
Well, sir, you know, actually, civilized people don't just scream and yell at each other. I'm not yelling at you.
I'm yelling at everybody.
Do you know that Donald's words were caught on tape? The New York Times recorded the whole thing, publicly reported. That's a total lie made up by Donald Trump's campaign.
Lying Ted.
No,
let me ask.
Career politicians have killed America.
Let me ask
you are the problem.
Let me ask you
something. You are the problem,
right,
politician. You are the problem.
Can I ask you something?
No.
Can I ask you something?
You are
Out of all of the candidates, name one who had $1 million judgment against him for hiring illegal aliens.
Name one.
Donald Trump is the only.
That's right.
Okay,
Not
so you like rich people who buy politicians.
Where's your Goldman Sachs jacket at? We know your wife works there.
Actually, I was supported by, and am supported by 1.3 million contributions all over the country. Our average contribution is $60. On immigration, you know Donald Trump had $1 million judgment against him for hiring illegal aliens. You know what he's doing right now in Florida? He brings in hundreds of foreign workers instead of hiring Americans. Sir, with all respect, Donald Trump is deceiving. He is playing you for a chump. And ask yourself two questions. Why is it that the mainstream media so desperately wants Donald Trump to be the Republican nominee?
Bash him every chance they get.
And why is it that John Boehner supports Donald Trump? Do you agree with John Boehner?
No.
Do you agree with Nancy Pelosi?
The thing is,
Do you
I
agree
don't
with
agree with
Harry
everybody,
Reid?
but I
Do you
believe
agree?
in Trump. He's the only one that's going to put us where we need to be.
Sir,
what are you going to do
sir,
about
well-
our Second Amendment?
Okay, great question.
What are you going to do
the
about our
Second
Second
Amendment?
Amendment?
All right, I have defended the Second Amendment in front of the Supreme Court of the United States. Do you know that Donald Trump supported Bill Clinton's national ban on some of the most popular firearms in America? And that is a fact. You can go read his book where he said, I agree with Bill Clinton. In fact, he said, I hate guns. That's a quote from Donald Trump. I have spent 20 years fighting to defend the Second Amendment. And I'll tell you this, sir. If Donald Trump ever becomes president, he has said on the Supreme Court he's going to cut a deal with Chuck Schumer. He said that in 2 debates ago, which means he's going to put a liberal on the Supreme Court who's going to take away your Second Amendment right. There is a reason why Gun Owners of America has endorsed me in this campaign, because I've defended the Second Amendment my whole life, while Donald Trump is a New York liberal who will take away your Second Amendment rights. This man is lying to you, and he's taking advantage of you. And I would encourage you, sir, I appreciate your being out here speaking. If I were Donald Trump, I wouldn't have come over and talked to you. I wouldn't have shown you that respect. In fact, you know what I would have done? I would have told the folks over there, go over and punch those guys in the face. That's what Donald does to protesters. Yes. I think a candidate is campaigning to work for you.
Like you always do.
Okay, stop. What word did I say was a lie?
About Donald telling people to punch people.
Okay, let me ask you, sir. Just go home and Google Donald punch in the face protesters. And at his rallies, look, this is on national television. You can watch the facts of him standing at the podium saying, punch that guy in the face. I mean, and in fact, he says I'll pay your legal fees when you punch him in the face. And there's a problem. Listen, Donald Trump has accused everyone in this race of being a liar. Donald cannot tell the truth in 1 minute.
You'll find out tomorrow.
So,
Indiana don't want you.
Well, sir, you are entitled to have your
don't.
rights, but I'll tell you this. Sir, America is a better country.
Without you.
Thank you for those kind sentiments. Let me point out, I have treated you respectfully the entire time. And a question that everyone here should ask.
Are you Canadian?
Do you want your kids,
Are you Canadian?
Do you want your kids repeating the words of Donald Trump? Would you be proud if your kids came home cursing and yelling and insulting? And let me give you an example of Donald's problems with the truth. Yesterday, he was on national television. He was asked about his support from Mike Tyson, a convicted rapist. And his response is, Ted says Tyson's a rapist. That's why we call him LYIN TED. Mike Tyson was convicted by a jury of his peers, served 3 years in prison for rape here in the state of Indiana, and yet Donald screams, it's a lie to say Mike Tyson is a racist. Sir, facts matter. Truth
But you want to carpet
matters.
bomb women and children, huh?
Now, that's actually interesting. You say carpet bomb women and children.
Those are your words.
No,
Carpet bomb.
actually.
I added the women and children because that's what you're going to be doing when you carpet bomb somewhere.
Sir, let me respond to you. It's interesting that you added women and children because your candidate, Donald Trump, came out and said he would order our military to kill the women and children, the wives and children of terrorists, which is a war crime. When he was asked in the debate, what about when soldiers don't want to commit a war crime and murder women and children? He's the one who said women and children. He said, I will tell them to do it and they will obey me. I'll tell you, anyone who served in the armed services, a president who thinks he's going to order American soldiers to commit war crimes is a president who doesn't respect the fighting men and women of this country. What I said is we're going to carpet bomb ISIS. We're going to target the terrorists, take out their infrastructure, take out their command and control, take out their oil refineries. Nobody would target women and children except for a bully like Donald Trump. Sir,
That's right.
I respect your right to speak, but I'm also going to say in America, we are a nation that is better than anger and insults and cursing and rage. And I believe the people of Indiana have a common sense, good judgment that we
Vote
want
Trump!
real solutions.
Everybody
Sir,
vote
and God-
Trump!
Thank you, sir.
Wow, an incredibly tense moment there in Marion, Indiana. Senator Ted Cruz campaigning in that state ahead of tomorrow's crucial primary there with Governor Mike Pence. A group of Trump supporters outside of the area that he is campaigning in. Senator Cruz going out there to talk to some of those Trump supporters. And you could hear Senator Cruz defending his record and attacking Donald Trump, telling that one supporter to go ahead and Google some of the things that Senator Cruz was saying. Didn't appear that those supporters were buying it, but Senator Cruz actually pointing out that he is coming out there to talk to some of those folks, whereas he says that Donald Trump would probably not allow protests at his rallies.